Hello everyone and welcome to Tournament 18 of Irish Warrior. Last time we saw new ground broken in this era as Joey Davis was able to defeat the third stage and advance to the final. And while he wasn't very close to winning, we saw it's possible to get there. However, Joey is not in attendance today, so the question is who will step up and fill his shoes and get to the final, maybe even win? Let's find out right now. The first stage has had a few modifications after I tried to make it harder last time, and then 12 people still cleared. So, yeah. Mystic Timbers are the first obstacle again. They are the same as they were in the last tournament. And then the second obstacle is the Tombstones. Returning from Tournament 15, the hardest first obstacle we've ever had is now back as the second obstacle and has been made slightly tougher with that dismount. And then the Diamondback is the third obstacle. You know it by now. As well as this one, the buoy tilt. I don't know why the first one is kind of tweaking out of control, but yeah, you know the drill. Get the buoys to tilt in your favor to get the jump onto the next one, get onto the pole, and then get onto the Dragon Glider. For the first time in this era, the trampoline jump has been buffed. It was the same from tournaments 12 through 17. That has been made harder. The transfer in between is the same, however, this dismount has been made farther. And then if you make that dismount, you're on to the escape wall. Get up into that mongoose, and then two obstacles to go. First up is the pipe vault. This obstacle was nerfed in the last tournament, however, the mount onto it has been reverted to the way it was in tournaments 13 through 16. But then you get onto the swivel swing, make your way around, make that giant dismount, and if you get to the buzzer within a minute 50, which is 5 seconds less than the last tournament, you're on to stage 2. We'll see how much that time becomes a factor as we start off with Samuel V. Young. And that's probably the worst run we've ever had from a number 1. All right, hopefully the great demon with numbers and capitalization and all that fun stuff will do better. And it looks like that is the case. He is through the Mystic Timbers and now onto the Tombstones. And making his way up, that jump to the fourth one is a little taller. Drop down to the fifth and the dismount, and he comes up short. It is a big dismount, so even with the tight time, might not be the worst idea to stop and gain a run-up on that one. But now we have Grickty. Oh my god, a save jump on the second one. All right, he is good. Going for the third. He is taking these very cautiously. Understandable. You don't want to fail the first obstacle. He's on the fourth. Setting up, going for the fifth. Yes, going for the dismount. No! Yeah, landed really low on that fifth one and got no sprint going for the dismount. Not a very good strategy there. After playing it so cautious, rushing the dismount, not ideal. But now we have Halo Fan 17. He is a new jumper on the scene, a big fan of all these courses, and he is moving quickly through the Mystic Timbers and smoothly through, and now onto the Tombstones. And he's overshot the first one. That is a surprising error. It can be a little tricky to go from an obstacle where you're sprinting to one where you suddenly basically don't have to sprint on jumps, and it appears that it got to him there as Wrestling Boy now on the course. And he is on to the third. He's taking these one at a time and comes up short of the fourth tree. That's unfortunate. But now we have Jay Cobb. Okay, I'm assuming this is a Jacob, and the A is just lost in space. He barely made that fourth tree, but is able to get onto the fifth and get the dismount, and he's going to slide his way over to the Tombstones and go quickly across, up to the fourth, down to the fifth, and he gets the dismount, and Jay Cobb will be the first competitor to take on the Diamondback in this tournament. He's going to take his time here, set himself up, goes for the jump to the second, and he jumps too low and cannot hang on. But following Jay Cobb, we had YouTube Caleb. I'm sure he's just loving this promotion for his YouTube channel that may or may not exist. Either way, he's not a very good jumper because he failed to jump to the third tree. Then we had Bragg Airplane 404, missed the jump to the second tree. Malikoff Ruthgar, very strange gamer tag. I'm not sure if this is the guy's name or what this is a reference to, but he missed the jump to the third tree. Ben Smith 8. Tough run for Ben. He missed the jump to the second tree. Queen Zoe. Yas Queen. Isn't that what the cool kids say now? Yas Queen. Well, Zoe was not really a queen. She was the queen of going slow and then missing the jump to the second tree. And then Mr. Mini also missed the jump to the second tree. We've seen a lot of dumb runs on the Mystic Timbers already. But now we have, at number 13, we have Zephyr Zach. A lot of Z's in this gamertag. We'll see how he does, and he's taking his time here. Oh, wow, he almost overjumped that second tree, but he's good. He's taking them one at a time. Gets on that fourth. Bit of a strange jump to the fifth. It landed pretty low. And now he's going to take a second. Very wisely set up for the dismount. And he's burned a lot of time, but he's on to the tombstones, and he sprinted and jumped a country mile over the first tombstone. Halo fan will not be alone in missing the first jump on the tombstones. And now Carlito Gamer flying along the timbers and through that. Carlito now onto the tombstones. He makes a jump to the first one, but it overjumps the second one. Got a little bit too excited there, and he is out. And now we have insert name, 855. We're going to call him Jimmy, okay? Is everyone okay with a Jimmy? I hope so. Jimmy is taking his sweet time here to line up. And, oh, he gets the second tree, and then he save jumps over it. Yeah, I'm sure that those insert name jokes, I'm pretty sure Hunter made that at one point down the line, but screw it. It's the first time I've done it on my course, so, you know, we're original-ish. Dark's Fire. He didn't get a whole lot of run-up going to the fourth, and he, yeah, jumped from the front of the third tree to the fourth, and that was just a lost cause. And now, Anti-Biensi, that, so it's B-A and then a capital I. This is a strange gamer tag, another one. But he gets through the first obstacle. Very nicely done, and now he's on to the tombstones. This is, again, showing why it's the hardest first obstacle we've ever had. It's now the second obstacle. He drops to the fifth, and he overshoots it. And Biensi, I think he's anti-tombstones now because he is out on that obstacle. And now Borrego05. And he gets on the second tree. Didn't get a whole lot of sprint going for the third tree, and he is out. And now our first returning competitor of the tournament, Tolerable Alloy 1. He failed this obstacle in the last tournament. He's taking some time to set up, and he basically save jumps over the tree. I guess he went for the second tree there. Oh my goodness, what in the world? Sniper Slays making his third appearance and just failed the first obstacle for the third time. Let's just forget that one happened, and we're already on to number 21. It's Daddy Cheese's girlfriend. She was the first run of this era back in Tournament 12 and failed the step pillar. But Daddy Cheese's girlfriend now taking on the Mystic Timbers. Onto the third tree. Goes to the fourth there. Going for the fifth. She lands that. And now setting up, going for the dismount. And Daddy Cheese's girlfriend is through the first obstacle. Personal best for Cheese's girlfriend. And now it is the tombstones. Almost overshot that first one. She is taking her time, just trying to get as far as she can. She's to the fourth tombstone, the drop to the fifth. Makes that, setting up, going for the dismount. And she is across, and she is through two obstacles. She is only the second competitor to get to the Diamondback today. If she solves this, this would be phenomenal. Well, first thing first, she's got to figure out how to get onto it. And that seemed to be a challenge in itself, but she's on now. Setting up, this is the jump that Jay Cobb failed. Daddy Cheese's girlfriend is on the second diamond. This is brilliant. And now she's got to set up and go for the third. Oh, she landed barely too high. She did not miss by much there. That was a very valiant attempt. And really, she's a girlfriend did not look too much like a rando, for lack of a better term. And now Endless Voices at number 22. Another competitor who's in the last tournament. He beat this obstacle. And, oh, he barely made the dismount, but he's through it again. Last time he failed the donut dash. It's now the tombstones. He kind of wasn't sure what he wanted to do there, but now he's made up his mind, and it's unfortunately the end of the road here on the tombstones. Save jumps off the third tombstone, and for the second tournament in a row, he's down on the second obstacle. But now we have maybe my new least favorite gamer tag. This gamer tag is flat out bad. I'm gonna say it, Foamy. This is a bad gamer tag, but Foamy Boy is off on the course, hoping to get revenge right away with the Mystic Timbers. Foamy, 12 appearances, has never beaten the third obstacle. He stops in the fourth, goes to the fifth, goes to the dismount, and Foamy has at least done better than last time. And now onto the tombstones, an obstacle he has beaten twice before. So Foamy should be well aware of how to do this one, and he is. He's back to the Diamondback. This is his third time trying this obstacle. He's going right for the second one, and it's cost him. He jumps really low. I don't know why Foamy went so fast there when All he had to do was take his time, beat that obstacle, and he gets a personal best. But maybe it'll be next time for Foamy as we move on to number 24, Drew TV. Hard to believe he's now making his 13th appearance. He kind of almost came up short of that third tree, but he's across the Mystic Timbers. And now Drew onto the Diamondback. Or, I'm sorry, he failed the Diamondback last time. He's on the Tombstones, making his way down and through. And now he's on the Diamondback. I totally didn't spoil that he gets here, totally. Drew is the first competitor to ever defeat this obstacle back in Tournament 10, and he is showing why as he's on the third, going for the dismount, and Drew is through. He's the first competitor onto the buoy tilt today. Come on, Drew. Jump from 1 to 2. He lands on it good, but it tilts really far up, and he didn't move urgently enough to get to the third, and Drew TV is out on the buoy tilt. It's his, that's unfortunate. Buoy tilt is a very hard obstacle, and we will unfortunately have to continue to wait to see Drew's first Stage 1 clear on this course. As now at number 25, we have Avow's the Samurai. He kind of competes sporadically. It appears he's now on a every 3 tournament basis, as he's been in tournaments 8, took 4 tournaments to 12, and then was in 15 and now 18. So I'm looking forward to his run in tournament 21, but he is smoothly through the first 2 obstacles, and now Avow's is onto the Diamondback. Avow's running low, but getting onto the second diamond, and now this jump to the third is a little farther, but he is good, and he's gotten that, and now going to take a second, set up for the dismount, and is through. Last time he was here, he failed the 4th obstacle as the Baby Dragon. Now it's the buoy tilt. So Avow's gets a good landing on that first one, good landing on the second one. He is onto the 3rd buoy, going for the dismount, and he comes up short. Avow's that close to defeating the 4th obstacle, setting a personal best. His technique was actually really good. He was jumping very good with timing, but I think on this 3rd one, he landed a little bit left, and it might just be the camera angle, but I think the right side was a little bit higher than the left side there, and he jumped from the lower side. If he had gone right, I think he would have made that dismount and would have been onto the Dragon Glider. But we are halfway through already, and now we have... Oh, unfortunate. Demigods is out on the first jump. Not just kidding. That was him punching Snoz off, but he's wearing Snoz colors for his 11th appearance. Deej came off of a Mystic Timbers fail in Tournament 16 to get all the way to the buoy tilt last time. So we've seen some flashes from Deej. We'll see if he can show some brilliance here today. As he's through the Mystic Timbers, he's now at a positive record on that obstacle. And now for one he's not failed before, the Tombstones, and is through that. And now the Diamondback. Deej setting up, going right on the second one, gets a good landing there. He's going to stay on that right side, go for the 3rd. He gets that. And Deej now going to go for the dismount, and he is through. And now it's for the buoy tilt. He's seen Drew and Avow's go down on this. Deej gets a good landing on that second one. Goes for the 3rd. Not a whole lot of tilt going for the dismount, but he is across. And Deej is the first competitor through the buoy tilt today onto the Dragon Glider. This jump has been made harder onto the barrel. Someone shot at him, but it didn't affect him. Deej is on the barrel, and now it's going to roll on down. This first track is a 4-degree angle, and he is really all over the place. He gets a save jump, and he cannot stay on. Deej did a phenomenal job landing the barrel, but he just was all over the place once he got on it. He should have taken a half second before it picked up speed to maybe get himself into position. And he didn't do that. But still, Deej with the best run we've seen so far. Very impressive. And that is a personal best for Demi. But now we have at number 27, Caden Bogard making his 6th appearance. He has failed the buoy tilt in each of the last 2 tournaments, hoping to finally get by that today. But first things first, he's got to get there. He's through the Mystic Timbers. And now for the Tombstones. He was not in Tournament 14 when this obstacle debuted and took out 26 people, but it didn't affect Caden there. And now he's on to the Diamondback. And whoa, a bit of a strange jump there to the second one. A very strange jump to the 3rd, but he is still across. And he's through. And now for the buoy tilt. It takes a second to set up, and it's cost him dearly. Caden, I believe, has just become the first person to ever fail to mount onto the buoy tilt. He was so focused on setting up and what he wanted to do on the obstacle at hand that he just completely stalled his momentum, and It's a sneaky big jump onto the buoy tilt, and Caden's eagerness to get onto the obstacle has cost him in kind of embarrassing fashion, if I'm being honest. But now, on number 28, we have Spenny37. 2 tournaments ago, we watched him get all the way to the swivel swing, knock on the door, clearing. However, last time had his stunner went down on the Diamondback. Spenny now moving his way across the tombstones. We've seen Spenny knock on the door, like I said, 2 tournaments ago. So Spenny would love to get a stage 1 clear on the boards here today. Be the first one into stage 2. This is the obstacle that took him out, though. He made the jump that took him out last time from 1 to 2, and now he's made the jump from 2 to 3. He makes this jump. He gets revenge from last time completely, and he has. All right, buoy tilt now. He failed this in tournament 15. Killer gets the jump onto the second one. Not a whole lot of tilt going for the third, but he is there. Going for the dismount, and he is across. Killer now making his way up and going for the Dragon Glider. This has been made harder, this trampoline, and he just about gets it. It is a big jump to match the height and the distance. The height has been made slightly bigger, the distance is slightly bigger. It did not affect Killer as he's hanging off the back of the first one, going for the transfer, and he's the first one onto the second barrel of the Dragon Glider today. 38 seconds left. This time might be running a little low on Killer as he falls back again, but gets the dismount. Now he's going to need to get up the escape wall here in 1 if he wants to have a chance, and he has. 26 seconds left. Killer going for the pipe vault. He lands the first one. It's falling forward slow. He goes a little early, and it cost him. Killer is down on the pipe vault, and he is the first victim of it being made harder. The time is starting to tick down, and you just wonder if Killer just got a little bit too anxious there with how slow the pole was falling. But now, at number 29, we have Snoz making his 13th appearance. Who is that? I think that might be Booker Taco? I don't know, someone is trying to be a streaker. I digress. Snoz hoping to get revenge on the buoy tilt. He's failed it in 2 consecutive tournaments. Snoz making his way across the tombstones. He was very nice in the first obstacle, and he's been very nice on the second obstacle. Now the Diamondback. This obstacle has caused him problems in the past. He goes quickly for the second one. Almost overshot it. That was a little strange. Now takes his time. Setting up for the third. He falls down a little bit, but he's okay. Going for the dismount. And Snoz is there. All right, round 3. Snoz versus the buoy tilt. Can he come out on the right side this time? Good jump to the second one. And good jump to the third. This dismount spin the jump that's giving him trouble, but he lands it, no doubt today. And now Snoz going for the trampoline on the Dragon Glider. And Snoz is on the barrel with flying colors. Well done. He is now crouch walking his way down on the 4-degree track. He gets a save jump, and he lands uncrouched. He landed straight up, and it's so hard to keep yourself in position when you do that, and that is just backfired big time on Snoz, and he is down on the first track of the Dragon Glider. But still, he did in fact get by the buoy tilt, and that is great to see. And now, look who we have here. Chris is back, ladies and gentlemen, 6 tournaments away, basically a year-ish away. Chris is back to the course, making his 11th appearance. Last time he was here was Tournament 11, the last tournament of Era 2, in which he failed the swivel swing. He's actually never beaten that obstacle. In Era 2, he failed the swivel swing 3 separate times. So we'll see how Chris handles all these new obstacles. He's switching his weapon back and forth here. This is a little strange. I'm not sure how he's doing this and still able to make the jumps. He just switches. What in the world? This is a Chris run if I've ever seen it. He just switched his weapon mid-jump on jump between 2 and 3. All right, he beats this. Switching weapons, I will be in shock. He's switching weapons. This is amazing. He jumped maybe a little late off that second one, but he's good. Going for the dismount, and Chris is through now, climbing his way up, going for the Dragon Glider. Chris lands at the very edge of the tramp and barely makes the jump. Well done, though, Chris. Now he is actually switching his weapon, rolling down the barrel. This is unbelievable. Chris falls a little bit back, but he is okay, going for the transfer, and he is there. And now Chris facing the crowd, switching his weapon back and forth. This is just unfathomable I don't know if this speaks more to Chris's talent or just his lack of, I don't even know. But Chris is going for the escape wall, and he is not up in one. This has been made harder since he attempted it in Tournament 11 when it debuted. And now Chris takes a second to set up, and he misses a second attempt, and I think that's going to wipe Chris's chances of clearing stage 1 today. Oh, he was close on the third try, but he's not up. Chris misses a fourth attempt. And Chris gets up on the fifth, but he's down to the 10 seconds. Can he at least beat the pipe vault? Be the first one to do that today. Goes for the swivel swing, and he's onto it with like 1.5 seconds left. Chris will time out on the first swing of the swivel swing. And unfortunately, Chris will have his fourth fail recorded at the hands of the swivel swing. A very good run, the best run we've seen so far, but Chris unable to return to stage 2 for the first time since Tournament 3. And now at number 31, we have Tricky Cyrus. Last tournament was a bit of a shocker. He failed the buoy tilt one tournament after clearing stage 1 for his first time. But Cyrus, he's shown some great results on other courses lately, most notably Spartan Ninja Warrior. Why is he? Okay, that was very dumb. I'm not gonna lie, Cyrus should know better than that. The tight time one to be lasering the first obstacle and beats it, but I digress. Cyrus is through the second obstacle. I was gonna talk about the fact that he won Spartan Ninja Warrior in a true underdog shocker story. He was able to defeat that very difficult course and become the second grand champion there. He went for the jumpy dismount and barely made it across the Diamondback, and now he's on the obstacle that took him out last time. He will not bump the poles like he did last time. And he's onto the third one, going for the dismount, and Cyrus is smoothly across, and now setting himself up, going for the Dragon Glider. Cyrus will have no trouble with that trampoline jump. I swear it's harder, but our competitors so far have not made it look that way. And now 50 seconds left, he gets a save jump, a second one, a third one going for the transfer, and he is, he almost overshot the second barrel, but he is okay. And now rolling his way down on the second track, he gets a save jump, a second one, goes a little early for the dismount, but he is up. And now going for the escape wall, and he's up in one. 27 seconds left. Tricky Cyrus going for the pipe vault. Lands the first pipe, falling forward, going for the second one, and he didn't get his sprint off of it. And Cyrus is unable to cover the distance to get onto the swivel swing. Another good run from Cyrus, a bit of a return to form after the shocker last time, but he will not get his second trip to stage 2 today. But here's someone looking for his first trip to stage 2. Daddy Cheese making his 14th appearance. Last tournament he did really well. He failed the transfer on the Dragon Glider. Cheese hoping to maybe even go a little bit farther today. Interesting, he was crouch walking going into the tombstones there, but now he's making his way up with some weird like frog jumps. And he's through that. A bit of a strange technique, but he gets through that. And now, a save jump necessary on the mount for the Diamondback. You don't want to do worse than your girlfriend. Jeez, and okay, he's at least done that. He's at least done better than his girlfriend. And now going for the buoy tilt. And oh my god, he Caden'd it. He does the exact same thing as Caden. He walks into the mount onto it, didn't get any momentum going at all, started his sprint super late, whatever you want to describe it as. Cheese is now the second person to fail to mount onto the buoy tilt, and that is really unfortunate. But now at number 33, we just watched his signature intro. It is Gotenks making his 15th appearance. Another competitor hoping for his first trip to the second stage today. Gotenks also went down on the transfer of the Dragon Glider last time. Gotenks this era has actually had a bit of a career resurgence. He didn't even come close to knocking on the door to clearing an era 2, but this era he's had some very good runs. Got to the pipe vault in turns 12 and 16. And then last tournament was honestly a pretty good run getting to the Dragon Glider as well. He's now into the Diamondback. He's never had any troubles with this. He gets onto the second diamond. Now setting himself up, going for the third, and he is there. And taking some time to set up for the dismount. Gotenks has never been a very fast competitor, so this stage 1, not really suited for him. He takes another second to line up here for the buoy tilt. Another obstacle that he's actually never failed as he's going for the third. Whoa, my goodness! That was a strange landing with lag, and he barely made the dismount, but he is there. Now going for the Dragon Glider. He's had trouble with trampolines in the past, but he gets onto it. And now Gotenks, it's time to roll on down. He's keeping himself in pretty good rhythm towards the front of the barrel. So far, so good. He goes early for the transfer, and it's cost him. And Gotenks has failed the same jump he failed last time in the same exact fashion. He tried to push the pace a little bit. Oh, a ball from stage 2 flying in. But yeah, he tried to push the pace, and unfortunately it has cost him dearly. But now at number 34, we have Bubba Ace, making his 18th appearance. He's been here in every single one of these Iron Border tournaments. Bubba also failed the Dragon Glider last time. He's, like Gotenks, had some better runs in this era. But we'll see if Bubba can maybe piece it all together and get back to stage 2 for the first time since that magical tournament 3 run. He's through the Mystic Timbers, no problem. Now going for the Tombstones. Bigger jump up to the 4th, the drop to the 5th, the dismount. No damage there to Bubba Ace. But now he's onto the Diamondback. Oh, whoa! Whoa, Bubba almost got really out of control there on that first diamond, but he set himself up and got onto the second. Now it takes another second to set up, going for the third. And now the dismount. He is through that. It cost him some time, but he is still through that obstacle, and now he's onto the buoy tilt. Bubba jumping from 1 to 2, no problem there. No crouch, which is a little bit ill-advised, but he is okay. Got onto the third and gets the dismount. Bubba Ace climbing the stairs, getting ready for the Dragon Glider. Bubba lands the trampoline. That is well done. 50 seconds left, though. This is potentially going to be a very difficult hill to climb as far as the clock. First things first, you got to get through the Dragon Glider. The obstacle took him out last time, going for the transfer, and he learned the mistake from last time. He saw Gotenks make it twice. He did not go early. He waited for it to stop and get as close as he could. And now he is somehow stood up and rolled down on the second track, and he is there. Now he needs up the escape ball in 1, and he doesn't get up in 1. His first time taking on this obstacle, and he's not up in 2. Bubba Ace will time out, or, well, he could fail, but I mean, this is not looking good here. And he's missed his 4th attempt. Chris got up on his 5th try. Will Bubba join him? Yes, he will. 4 seconds left. He will fail the pipe vault. How will he fail it? And oh, I don't think he had technically fallen by the time the clock hit 0, so that will go down as a pipe vault timeout. But Weapon Warrior would describe that as a double fail. But regardless, Bubba Ace, that was a very solid run. That's the closest he's gotten to the stage 1 finish line since he cleared all the way back in tournament 3. So really a run that I think he should be very happy with, and also hopefully take some confidence and maybe be able to build on it in future tournaments. But now at number 35, we have Flamosaurus. And I think he's a very happy man to see 18 on the starting sign, because apparently Flame has adopted a mantra where he only clears in even-numbered tournaments in this era. He's cleared in 12, 14, and 16. He failed stage 1 in 13, 15, and 17. So we'll see how Flame does here. We'll see if the streak will continue. He's making his way across these tombstones and through that. And now he's on to the Diamondback. Flame jumps to the second one. Slid down a little, but he's okay. Going for the third. He slid down a little bit again, but he goes to the dismount a little bit early and gets there. And now for the buoy tilt. Flame has never had a trouble with this obstacle. As he goes to the third, lands without a crouch and gets the dismount. Flame now got to set himself up for the Dragon Glider. This took him out last time. He landed right at the edge of the trampoline, and he barely gets the height necessary to land on the barrel, but he is there. Now rolling down. You watch Gotenks fail it. Bubba clear it. He's all over the place. He goes early a little bit, but he is there. And now he's on to the second track. Will he be all willy-nilly all over the place? Flame scares the life out of me when he does this, but he gets across. 32 seconds left. Flame going for the escape wall, and he is up in 1. 28 seconds left. Flame taking a second to set up for the pipe vault. He lands the first pipe. It's falling forward. Goes for the swivel swing, and he's on it. 19 seconds left. Flame now going for the right side here on the second swing. And he will stay on that right side with 11 seconds left. You'll hear the klaxon. Can he make the final dismount? Yes, he can. And Flamosaurus, the streak will continue. He has cleared stage 1 in another even-numbered tournament, and he has become our first finisher of the day with 6.84 seconds left. And I think that's a testament to how tight the time limit was, because that is a very clean run we just witnessed from Flamosaurus. And he did not beat the klaxon. But you know what? Flame will celebrate with the Sentinel Beam, and I'd say he's earned it. Flame will get a return trip to the second stage. And now at number 36, being held at gunpoint apparently by Snoz and Chumpy, is Alpha Puma. Puma had his infamous retirement in Tournament 10. He took 4 tournaments away, but then Yamated his way back to the course in Tournament 15, where he failed the second obstacle. However, the last 2 tournaments, he's looked more like the all-star on other courses Puma, where he almost beat stage 1, got to the pipe vault in each of the last 2 tournaments. And smoothly through the first obstacle, he did the slide into the tombstones. We watched someone do that earlier. I'm not really sure why you do that, but in any event, Puma is through that. And now for the diamonds. Puma using that right side. That seems to be the popular side for people to go, as he is onto the third, setting himself up, going for the dismount off the top. And he is there, going for the buoy tilt. Puma got a lot of tilt there off that first one, but he's able to make it to the second. A little bit less tilt, but a lot more controlled. Not a whole lot of tilt on the third, and he gets the dismount across. Puma now climbing up, going for a bit of a strange run up down that right side, going for the Dragon Glider, but he is still onto it. And now he is wiggling back and forth. He is all over the place. He's doing he's trying to one-up Flame here. Oh my goodness, he's all over it. But he gets down the first track and gets the transfer onto the second one, and he's doing this again. Oh my goodness, Puma is trying to push his luck here. Oh wow, Puma goes to the dismount, and he is there. 31 seconds, Puma going for the escape ball, and he's up in 1. He is back to the scene of the crime. He's failed this twice in a row. He's lining up on the right side, gets onto the pipe, falling forward, going for the swivel swing, and he's on it. 18 seconds left. Puma is on the last obstacle. 15 seconds left. He's letting it pivot around, and he's on the third swing. He's got time to set up and make this jump. He goes early, but he makes it. Oh my goodness. Alpha Puma has beaten stage 1 for the first time since Tournament 4. It has been a long time coming. Puma cleared stage 1 in his first appearance. He failed 9 stage 1s in a row. And Puma has made his grand return, and he figured it out with the pipe vault. That is the catalyst, it appears, for Puma getting it done today. It was a little sloppy there on the mount onto it, but once he landed it and felt his way onto the swivel swing, it appeared he was home sailing, because I tell you what, for this being Puma's first time ever attempting this obstacle, you would have never guessed by the way he did it. Might have jumped a little early on the dismount, but he was able to get enough whip and momentum off the pole to make that dismount. And we'll see Puma on the second stage for the first time in a very long time, almost 2 years, and his first time in 10 appearances that he's getting to attempt the second stage. Well, now we have El Booker Taco. He has beaten stage 1 twice in his career. Last tournament, it looked like he was going to make it 3, but unfortunately failed the dismount of the swivel swing. Booker takes a shot there to cut his sprint. A lot of ways to cut your sprint here before the tombstones, because you don't really need to sprint your way across it. Booker takes another shot before the Diamondback. This is kind of interesting. But he's now on the third, going for the dismount, and he is across. Booker showing a lot of urgency here. This is interesting. Ever since Booker timed out by 0.14 of a second at the buzzer, basically, in Tournament 14, he has gone a lot faster on this course. He didn't get a very late jump off that last buoy, but he still gets across, and now he's onto the Dragon Glider. Booker getting the trampoline jump, and he got it smoothly. He got a punch there. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with that, but he is now rolling his way down, crouched, facing forward. He gets a save jump, a second one. He goes early! No! Booker! He makes the Gotenks error, and we saw 3 people make that error last time, but you cannot jump early with any level of consistency on the transfer of the Dragon Glider, and it has cost him. But now at number 38, we have Soul Reaper 1025, making his landmark 10th appearance. He cleared all the way back in Tournament 3, and has not cleared since. However, last tournament, he was so close to doing it. He basically landed on the finishing platform as time expired. Soul hoping to clean things up a little bit, go a little bit faster, and get to the finish line. 2 obstacles in, he's looked pretty good so far, but now he's on the Diamondback. He failed this in Tournament 15. He's going quick for it today. Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting landing there on the 3rd, but he is still across, going for the buoy tilt. Soul, good tilt off that first one. Just barely gets on the second one. He walked all over the place on that second one, but gets a good jump to the 3rd and the dismount. Soul made that one exciting, but he is up and now going for the Dragon Glider. And oh no! Soul is the first victim of the new harder trampoline jump. I think he just barely landed too far back on that tramp. And Soul is out on the Dragon Glider, and now we're on to Strafe Helix. Really, it goes without saying how impressive Strafe has been with getting to the last jump in this era, and then how bad he's done with it. He only has one Stage 1 clear to show for himself in this era, despite attempting the final jump 5 times. But we'll see what happens today. Strafe can maybe get himself on the right side of the coin today, maybe rewrite history a little bit and clear the swivel swing for his 2nd time. But first things first, he's got a long way to go, beginning with the buoy tilt. First 3 obstacles were pretty smooth. And he's onto that 3rd buoy, going for the dismount, and he is there. Now he's got to climb the stairs and get ready for the Dragon Glider. He just watched Soul fail this tramp jump. It is not to be taken lightly, and he gets onto it. Now to roll down. He's going to stand up on it. You just watch Booker fail the transfer here. Strafe, let's see, he gets 3 save jumps, and now the transfer across. 42 seconds left. Strafe rolling down, keeping himself in a much better rhythm, and appears on the faster track. More save jumps on the first track than the 2nd track is a little interesting, but he gets through. And he is up the escape all in 1. There's Hunter on Stage 2 for some reason. Our security team will have to take care of him again. But 23 seconds, he lands the pipe vault, falling forward. And he is on to the swivel swing again. Here we go. Strafe takes his time on the first swing, goes left to right on the 2nd swing. Strafe burning some time here, playing it safe. Strafe now has the final jump yet again. And he's blown it again. Are you serious? Strafe Helix has now failed the final jump of the stage 5 times in this era. This is just unfathomable. Strafe just continues to just not be able to do this jump. Let's see what happened here today. Strafe uses his timing a little bit better, but didn't get a whole lot of boost off the pole. I tell you what, it's really just fine margins. That was probably the best attempt he's had without making it. But really, I think what he could have done is use that pole a little bit more. He didn't get a whole lot of momentum off of it. It was a lot of just his own momentum. And, oh, Strafe, it's just so heartbreaking. It feels like we now see this every tournament. And Strafe once again denied at the finish line of the first stage. But now, at number 40, it is Super Ninja Jake 2. He broke through in the last tournament on his 7th appearance and was able to clear Stage 1 with a little over half a second left. So Jake will have to keep it moving here. As we've seen, this time one is not to be taken lightly. And yeah, I was going to say, Jake barely made it last time, so he's going to really need to move here. And we're seeing it here on the tombstones. He's moving smoothly across that and gets through. Jake now going on to the Diamondback, and he gets a very high jump onto the 2nd one. That was very dangerous, going for the jumpy dismount, but he gets it. Okay. Hesitated a little bit, setting himself up for the buoy tilt. And now Jake onto the 2nd one, going for third. No crouching, it appears, and he is through. Now climbing himself up for the dragon glider. Didn't really use the full run up, but it doesn't matter. He makes the trampoline jump. And now Super Ninja Jake, 55 seconds left on the clock. He's at a good pace to this point. First things first, execute the dragon glider. He gets the transfer. That was well done. Now rolling his way down the second track, facing towards the crowd. Oh, he almost came off there on that first save jump, but he is good. 36 seconds, going for the escape wall, up in one. Perfect. 32 seconds left. This is a great amount of time for Super Ninja Jake. As he gets onto the pipe vault, falling forward, goes for the swivel swing, and he's on it. 23 seconds left. This is more than enough time for Super Ninja Jake. Taking it fast on the first 7 obstacles is giving him the time if he needs it here on the last one. 12 seconds left. He is on to the final swing. Can Jake make it back to back? He goes for the dismount, and he also comes up short. 2 competitors in a row, 2 Brits in a row are down on the last jump of the first stage. Super Ninja Jake, it's his second time failing the swivel swing, but it's his first time failing this jump. And this is just hugely disappointing. It was a great run all the way up to this point, but Jake made the strafe mistake. He jumps too late. The swing had already rotated past the ideal jumping position. He needed to jump there, and instead he was still building his run up and jumped a little bit late. When you jump late, it makes that jump ever so slightly farther, and it makes it very difficult to make, and unfortunately Jake was not able to get enough momentum to make it. But we're 40 runs in and only 2 clears, which is a little less than what we've seen in the last couple tournaments when we had 4 clears at the 40 run mark. But now, 10 competitors to go, and the first of them is Sunnyside Splash. He made, I guess, history, you could say. The first newcomer clear since Tournament 5 in the last tournament. Was very impressive, but unfortunately he went down on the wall climb. But Sunny, now with quite the increase in number, but also increase in expectation from Sunnyside Splash. We'll see what he can pull off here today. First obstacles, no problems. His first time taking on the Tombstones. He wasn't around for tournaments 14 and 15 because he debuted last time. That's kind of just the way it works. But he got through that, and now he's on to the Diamondback. He jumps left. So far, so good. Getting on the second one, a little bit of lag. We've seen Sunny struggle with lag, not only on this course, but we've seen it on a couple other courses too. Sunny now onto the buoy tilt. He got that first buoy really high jumping off of it. But he smoothly into the second and the third, going for the dismount. And Sunny is across. Now climbing the stairs, getting ready for the Dragon Glider. Sunnyside Splash is onto the barrel. Well done. 53 seconds though. We see, look at the time variance here between him and like Super Ninja Jake. He's going to be fighting here in the last 3 obstacles if he can defeat this Dragon Glider. He hesitated a little bit. He played it safe, which is smart. But again, his time is starting to whittle down on him. 35 seconds left. Sunnyside Splash might regret a slow Diamondback run. And he took it really slow here. 26 seconds. He needs up in 1. And it's a terrible attempt. He was not even close. He's got to go right for it. Gets up in 2. He's got to go full speed racer now. 16 seconds left. Sunnyside Splash falling forward. Goes for the swivel swing. And now 9 seconds. He's going to need the swivel swing run of a lifetime. 5 seconds. He gets onto the third swing. He needs a great punch, and he didn't get it. And Sunnyside Splash is out of time on the last swing. And I tell you what, even with him going slow on the Diamondback, I think it all was going to come down to just that escape wall. If he had gotten up in 1, he would have had the time to maybe set up and make that jump and just barely squeak his way into stage 2. A great follow-up run from him clearing in the last tournament, but unfortunately he will not be returning to stage 2 today, as now we have it. Number 42, Chumpy, making his 18th appearance. He's made it to 2 stage 2s in a row. Last time, a bit of a disappointment. He landed on the first peg of the circle twist and then basically just walked off of it. Chumpy goes smoothly through the timbers and now going across the tombstones and through that. And now the host of Halo, Sasuke, will take on the Diamondback. And go left to right and go right to left. No Chumpy dismount. We've seen that lately. More people have gone for it, but not him. But now he's on to the buoy tilt. And, oh, he runs forward. No, what's he doing? No, Chumpy, why? He is out on the buoy tilt. It's his second time failing this obstacle. But unfortunately, with it being bumped up to the fourth obstacle, it matches his personal worst. Chumpy landed this first buoy with no crouch, and he was going to go right for it. I think he probably could have made that jump to the second one. But again, the risk you run with that buoy tilt is that if you go right for it and then have to backtrack, it makes it very hard to make. And unfortunately, Chumpy out on the buoy tilt for his second time, and now at number 43, oh, Sonic fan screwed up his intro. That's kind of funny. He fell in the middle of Irish and Warrior. And then he tried it again and succeeded, but we like to show Sonic's bad moments, so that's why we didn't show him succeeding with his intro. But Sonic making his way across the timbers and through. Sonic has been really good on this first stage in this era. He's only failed stage 1 once, and that was in Tournament 15 when he timed out on the escape wall. Sonic through the tombstones yet again, and now the Diamondback. 1 to 2, he's going to use that left side and then go for the right side on the third. He goes for the Chumpy dismount just after I started talking about it, and he is now onto the buoy tilt. He gets onto the second one. He does better than Chumpy. Now going for the third buoy and going right for the dismount. Not a whole lot of tilt. I thought he might have made the Avowals mistake. He kind of went from the lower side there, the left side, but a little bit of lag going for the Dragon Glider, but he still gets the mount onto it. Sonic fan rolling his way down, facing forward. So far, so good. And he looks like he's not going to need any save jumps. I'm not sure how he's keeping it that well under control, but he's made the transfer onto the second one. This one will roll faster since it's at a 5-degree angle instead of 4. Sonic, though, looks like he is going to defeat the Dragon Glider with no save jumps. But now 33 seconds. It's time for the escape wall. He takes a second to set up, and he gets up in 1. 27 seconds left. Sonic fan going for the pipe vault. Lands the first pole. Falling forward, going for the second pole. He barely makes it onto the swivel swing. 17 seconds left, but he got a ton of boost off the pole there. And now he's getting great punches. Sonic is going to have time in hand to make this dismount. Can Sonic make it? Oh, yes, he can. He made it with room to spare. 6.80 seconds left. I'm sure Flame will give him grief down there. Flame had a faster time than Sonic by 0.04 of a second. But you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because both of them will be moving on to the second stage. And he's there with Rog as well. Rog should probably be at the starting line because he's up next. Movie magic, I guess. Rog's at the starting line now. But yeah, Rog making his 16th appearance today. He missed tournaments 2 and 3, but he's been in every tournament since tournament 4. He's trying to do something he's never done on this course, and that's clear stage 1 in 3 consecutive tournaments. He cleared in each of the last 2 tournaments. Last time he actually got 5th place. Went down on the last transfer, the jump from 2 to 3 on the new and improved circle twist. Rog, though, back to basics with stage 1 as he's across the timbers, going for the tombstones. He's moving smoothly across those and through that. Now Rog he'll take it a little slow there and use the right side. And he's picking up the pace there a little bit. He didn't really sprint up to the top of the first diamond, but he's good now, and now he's on to the buoy tilt. Takes a second. Notice how the crouch, it usually keeps it a little bit more under control. That second buoy tilted really fast on him, but he did a good job adjusting. That's the thing with this obstacle, you just gotta adjust. He did a good job with that. I guess he adjusted to missing a stair there. And now for the trampoline on the Dragon Glider, he gets it. And now 52 seconds left. Rog rolling on down. Facing towards stage 2 and 3. Rog lets it stop all the way before going for the transfer, and he's got 38 seconds left. Rog rolling down that second track. It looks like he's going to also try to not get any save jumps, and he is going to succeed in that goal. But 27 seconds, he needs up the escape wall in 1, and he's gotten there. 22 seconds left. Rog lines it up with his reticle, goes for the pipe vault. And oh no! Rog is out on the pipe vault again. This obstacle has been a nightmare for Rog. It's his 3rd time failing this obstacle. He failed it in tournaments 14 and 15, and he has now failed it again here in tournament 18. It's like he was just a little bit too far off to the right, and the pole just fell left right away, and he just could not stick it. But it's now time for number 45. Chumpy was giving him some love, giving him some max laps. It is Hunter Unit 751. Hunter has actually had the opposite of Flame, where Flame has cleared in all of the even-numbered tournaments. Hunter's cleared in all the odd-numbered tournaments, so let's see if that bites Hunter today. Hunter failed the Circle Twist last time. He made it to Stage 3 back in Tournament 15, a truly memorable run. Hunter hoping to rekindle some of that magic here just through the first 2 obstacles with no sweat. And now Hunter going for the Diamondback, and he's moving fast. He understands the difficulty of this time limit. He's through 3 obstacles, very well done. And now he's on to the buoy tilt. Chumpy gave him the back slap and he failed this. Hunter moving smoothly onto the 3rd. Oh my goodness, he does the same mistake as Chumpy! And he comes up short. And Hunter Unit 751, he also matches his personal worst of failing the 4th obstacle. He is out on the buoy tilt. Unbelievable. Hunter had a great run going, but one mistake can cost you, and Hunter did the exact same thing as Chumpy. He thought about going for it, and then balked on it, and by the time he got off the buoy, it was far too high, and he couldn't get the momentum he needed off of it. Oh, but now at number 46, we have Smokey Massacre. He's punched Snoz in the water. What did Snoz do to you, Smokey? And he's got Cobra, I think, there on the starting line. But yeah, Smokey, he failed the Circle Twist as well in the last tournament. He's had 2 Stage 3s in this era. A bit of an interesting era for Smokey. This is the 7th tournament of this era, so in 6 previous runs, he's had 2 Stage 1 fails, 2 Stage 2 fails, and 2 Stage 3 fails. So, hypothetically, something would have to give unless he gets to the final stage or wins. But first things first, Smokey taking on Stage 1. He's going quickly here across the diamonds. Off of that, and no problems. He's now onto the buoy tilt. This obstacle's been a bit of a giant killer. It took out both Chumpy and Hunter in the last few minutes. Smokey moving smoothly here. Gets onto the 3rd. He almost did the Hunter mistake, but he was able to correct himself, stay to the back of the buoy to get the full run off of it. And now Smokey going for the Dragon Glider. And he lands it. And now rolling on down. Smokey will face forward standing up. A lot of different ways to handle it. Smokey has chosen his way. Now going for the transfer. Well done. He now takes on this harder track. It'll pick up a little bit more speed. We'll see if he can keep it under control. It looks like he has. No save jumps for Smokey either. Now, he will take a second line up, go for the escape wall, and he's missed his first attempt. That could be problematic. Smokey's got to get up at here. 2nd attempt. All right, 22 seconds. This still should be doable, but he's got to move fast. He barely gets onto the pipe vault, falls forward, and he gets on the soul swing. Only 14 seconds left. Smokey's got to keep it moving here, but he still should be good. He's getting good punches in. Smokey, 6 seconds left. He's on the last swing. Smokey goes horrendously early. No! Smokey Massacre. What a shocking mistake that is. A rare occurrence where Smokey just got ahead of himself. I think he panicked with this escape wall fail. It was a pretty good attempt, but he was just barely too low to get himself up into the mongoose. But then he had to try and make up time, and he did a good job of it. He probably could have made this dismount and cleared with about a second left if he waited the full length, but he jumped probably a good half to a full second early off of the swivel swing. It was probably at about a 60-degree angle when you wanted to pivot at about a 90-degree angle. And Smokey Massacre, it is a shocker. It's his first time failing this jump on the swivel swing. And Smokey will not be returning to the second stage today. But now at number 47, we have truly the breakout star that wasn't, Joey was kind of already a star. But Cobra broke out and finally got to stage 3 in the last tournament, and he gets a theme song as a reward. He may or may not have picked that one out, so, if you don't like that theme, roast in the comments or something, I don't know. But Cobra, he had not beaten stage 1 until tournament 16, and then he followed it up last time by getting to the Giga Cliffhanger. So we'll see if Cobra can make it 3 in a row here on stage 1. This is turning into a difficult stage 1. Only 3 clears so far. Cobra, though, is moving fast. We saw Cobra get the fastest time. He ended Joey's streak of consecutive fastest times on this course in the last tournament. Cobra got the chumpy dismount off the Diamondback, and now he's hoping to not pull a chumpy here on the buoy tilt. Oh, not a whole lot of tilt off that third one, but he hesitated and waited beautifully. Misses a stair, that is fine. Cobra's moving at a good pace, and now going for the Dragon Glider. And Cobra lands the first one. Now rolling on down. 55 seconds left on the clock. Cobra gets a save jump. He moves a little bit to the back, but he gets a second save jump and gets the transfer across. 45 seconds left. Cobra looking good. Gets 1, 2 save jumps, and gets a clean dismount. He's now onto the escape ball. He goes right into it and gets up in 1. Very well done. He's got 31 seconds. He's going right for the pipe vault. Cobra landed it a little strange. It fall really far forward, but he is good. Hesitated a little bit and then dropped fast, but he's good. 20 seconds left. Cobra making his way around. Gets onto the third swing. He just watched Smokey fail this dismount. Cobra takes a little bit more time. Jumped a little late, but he used that pole tremendously. And while Cobra might not have beaten the Klaxon, he has, in fact, beaten the first stage for the 3rd time in a row. And actually, that's the fastest time right now, 9.71. So we'll see if he can hold on to that. But well done to Cobra. And now at number 48, we have Petrillo Fam 4. He broke his stage 3 streak in the last tournament. He had made it to 7 stage 3s in a row. And then wearing number 50 in the last tournament shocked everyone by failing the dismount of the ball glider. Petrillo hoping to make it back to stage 2, get some revenge on the ball glider, get to stage 3, and maybe even the final. A little scary there on the timbers. He was almost overshooting a couple of them, but he's good. Petrillo now making his way across these tombstones, drop down to the 5th, and gets the dismount. Now Petrillo Fam 4 on the Diamondback once again, and gets onto the 3rd and gets the dismount. How will Pedro handle the buoy tilt? He almost chumpied it. My goodness, there are some strange things going on with this obstacle, but Petrillo able to put that behind him and get through. And now he's climbing the stairs, getting ready for the trampoline jump onto the Dragon Glider. Petrillo Fam 4. Oh no! Petrillo is out on the tramp jump of the Dragon Glider, and Petrillo Fam 4 has failed stage 1 for the first time since tournament 9. He had cleared 8 stage 1s in a row. But Petrillo, a victim of this new, harder trampoline jump, it appears he just landed a little bit too far back on the trampoline. And it's something you can't really recover from. This is a jump that you just absolutely have to nail. Petrillo just a little bit too far back, was not able to get the height and the distance necessary to land on the barrel. And Petrillo Fam 4, for the first time since Tournament 9, will not be in the second stage today. Quite a shocker, but we're down to 2 competitors left to go. The first of them is Fireball TXT. I think that was Booker giving him a plasma shot, getting him pumped up for this run. Fireball has had a bit of a career renaissance. He had that losing streak of 5 tournaments in a row, then took a tournament off, and since he returned in Tournament 15, he was the first person to beat the Giga Cliffhanger in Tournament 15. He got all the way to the Flying Bar in Tournament 16. Last tournament, a small step downward. He failed the Giga Cliffhanger, but he's on 3 stage 3s in a row, And now the drop down, a bit strange there on the tombstones, but he gets across that. And now the Diamondback. Fireball has never really struggled with this obstacle, and he's going quickly through it again today and gets through. He's now into the buoy tilt. He gets on his second one. Not a whole lot of tilt there at all. Barely survives getting on the third one, but he gets a dismount off of it. And now Fireball climbing up. He's going for the jump. The Petrillo fam just failed on the Dragon Glider, and he gets it. Fireball, like Petrillo, failed the flying bar in Tournament 16. What is this? Fireball going for a ton of save jumps. And he gets the transfer. That was very scary. I don't think he got himself set up there on the first barrel. So he had to improvise. And, oh man, it almost cost him. He's okay now. And now he's punching the barrel. We've seen him do this in the past to try and slow it down. And he gets through successfully. Now Fireball takes a second to set up, goes to the escape wall. And he's up in one. 29 seconds left for the last two obstacles. Fireball going for the pipe vault. And he comes up short! Fireball's out on the pipe vault. That is a huge shocker. Fireball has never struggled with that obstacle. And he's failed it for the first time today. And Fireball, even though it's a smaller clear streak, but he had 3 stage degrees in a row, and he won't even advance past the first stage today. He just jumped a little bit early. Was not able to cover the distance to get onto the pipe. And it's hard to fathom. The heavyweights are just dropping left and right, and we've just lost another one here. Fireball ZXZ is down at the hands of the pipe vault. Truly, these last two obstacles are just not playing around today. But just one man left to go. Returning to his usual number 50 position today, with the absence of Joey, it is Weapon Matt. It's weird, Matt has not been the far and away standout competitor in this era like he was in the first two eras, but Matt has had some really good runs. He's made 4 stage 3s in a row, and has failed the castle wall in each of the last 2 tournaments. Matt would love to punch his way back to the final today. He knows the final can be reached. First things first, though, the stage 1 has been tough. Only 4 finishers to this point. Matt getting a good jump there to the second diamond and the third. Going for the dismount, and Matt is across. It's now time for the buoy tilt. Got a lot of tilt there, going for the second one. Going for the third, no tilt, but that was some veteran awareness. Yes, he gets across. Wow, that was very interesting. No tilt whatsoever. He had to be very patient. Now he's on to the Dragon Glider. Yes, that was the jump that Petrillo failed. He failed the slightly easier version of that jump in Tournament 12 to cost him his only ever Stage 1 fail. And now he's getting some save jumps here. Going for the transfer with Hunter again on Stage 2 in the background. Seriously, we're going to have to just reevaluate our security team at this point. But Hunter will hopefully be taken care of by the time Matt gets through the Dragon Glider. And now he's going for the escape wall, and he's up in 1. 30 seconds left. You just watch Fireball fail this jump. Matt gets onto the first pole, falling forward, going for the swivel swing. And now he's got time, 21 seconds. Matt is looking good. He's moved urgently through this stage, which is what you have to do with this time limit, it appears. Matt's got 1 jump to go. He times it perfectly, gets the boost off the pole, and Matt will be the only competitor to defeat the Klaxon today. And he has defeated Stage 1 for the 17th time in his career. And this Stage 1, which has proved to be one of the toughest Stage 1s we've ever seen, was no match for the 2-time Grand Champion. Oh, he's going to go for this jump again. Oh my goodness. He's made it again. Okay, Matt is just that good at that jump, apparently. He will stand on top of the mine to celebrate. And he will join Cobra, Flame, Sonic, and Alpha Puma in the second stage. 45 people have failed the first stage today. 14 on the Mystic Timbers. Crazy fails in 6 on the Buoy Tilt and Dragon Glider. 5 fails each on the Pipe Vault and the Swivel Swing. 15 people got up the escape wall, and only 5 hit the buzzer in time. But now, Stage 2, it saw a bit of an overhaul last time, and as you'll see, it looks the same as it did last time in this tournament. It starts with the beam flip here, make those corner jumps around those poles, and then you're onto the wall climb. It was brought back from the dead in the last tournament, made harder, and it took out Sunnyside Splash as well as Sonic Fan in the last tournament. But then you're onto the ball glider, Same as it has been, except for you can no longer transfer onto a platform, you transfer directly onto the circle twist. This obstacle was a killer last time, and it got made a lot harder. It took out 4 of the 8 competitors that got this far. But then, if you get through that, you're on to Pandora's Box. Got to stick one of those 2 narrow ledges. We showed the right ledge, but there's obviously also the left ledge, but everyone just goes to the right one apparently, unless you're like Joey sometimes. But yeah, you land the ledge, go for the pole, and climb the stairs up to the super launch. Drive the mongoose off, jump out, land on the small island, jump to the side, and then crawl your way through the supermarket. 8 aisles to work your way around and get yourself to the buzzer. If you can get to the buzzer within 2 minutes and 15 seconds, you're on to the 3rd stage.
So stage 1, I did not feel confident in the slightest, but I guess my streak of clearing in even tournaments prevailed, and it carried me on to stage 2, which I feel equally unconfident on. But hey, maybe I can channel some insane luck and fluke my way through this stage. Let's hope that's what happens.
Stage 1 is hard. That second to last obstacle has been the bane of my existence for the last couple Irish tournaments. So clearing it, it's really awesome to be back here. I never thought I'd be back. It's fun to see that the supermarket is still here, even after I've had a long drought. It has stuck around. Good to see the local economy booming with the supermarket still around. I don't think I'll be able to make a venture here. I don't think I'm going to get that far. But we'll see how far we get. I've already done more than what I thought I'd be able to do this tournament. So I'm kind of here just for the vibes and to see what happens.
Last tournament was definitely a bit of a step back. I hadn't put as much practice into that tournament as I would have hoped, and it definitely showed in my result as I didn't do too well on the second stage. This tournament's a very different story. I've put in a whole lot of practice into this stage, more than I probably should have, but I still feel really concerned, especially about this wall climb behind me. It's a very difficult obstacle, and I could definitely see myself failing it. But ultimately, I feel way more confident than I did last tournament, and I would like to imagine that I will be getting back to stage 3 this tournament.
I haven't even jumped for like a week and a half from now, and I wasn't even thinking I didn't even think I was going to even come to this tournament clearing stage 1, but I somehow did, and that's amazing. But for stage 2, I'm 50-50. You know, I know I cleared in the last tournament, but I can fail in this tournament in any way. Hope I can clear. If I can't, then at least I can I can at least know that I defeated a very hard stage 1
That stage 1 run for me, it was kind of what I expected. You know, it was very solid for the first half. It got a little sketchy there at the end with some poor jumps and a little bit of lag, but as usual, I was able to pull through. The stage 2 is the exact same, so I expect to beat it, but anything on this stage can take me out. So I got to stage 2. I'm happy. We'll see how much happier I can make myself.
Well, here we go, folks. 5 competitors remain to take on stage 2. This is the lowest amount of stage 1 clears we have seen in this era. But 5 still left to carry us forward, and the first of them to go is Flamosaurus. He's continued the streak of getting here in even-numbered tournaments. He's now up to 50% on his Irish Warrior career yet again. He's got 2 minutes and 15 seconds. First obstacle, the beam flipper. He gets a save jump there at the end of the first beam, going on to the second. Flame failed this obstacle in tournament 14, but he beat it in 16. It got nerfed after tournament 14 and got made slightly easier. The beam got made a little bit wider to make it a little bit easier to get around these poles, and Flame gets through it again. He's now up to a positive record on that obstacle. And now he's onto the wall climb. He's up to the 3rd. Gets a spring up to the 4th. Looks like he's going to spring these big jumps, but he missed a spring there. He's going to lose some time there as he falls from the 4th to the 3rd. But now he's up to the 5th. Spring to the 6th. Spring to the 7th. One more to go. He does not get the spring, and he falls down to the 6th. This is costing him a few more seconds. But now he's up to the 8th and gets up top. 81 seconds left. It's not really where you want to be, but it's still doable from here. Flame now rolling his way down on the ball glider, going for the transfer to the second one. It lunges forward. He landed pretty far back on that ball, but now it's picking up speed very fast, but he's keeping it under control. And now he goes for the circle twist, and he's on it. 60 seconds left. This is the obstacle he failed in Tournament 12, but it has been made substantially harder since the last time he tried this obstacle and beat it in Tournament 16. He gets onto the second circle. Those transfers are very big jumps you got to set up for him. And Flame now going for the third circle, and he's onto it, but 42 seconds. He's still down on time. Flame's going to have to really kick it into high gear. He gets through the circle twist, 35 seconds left. Flame has got to go full speed now, and he gets a good save jump, lands Pandora's box, gets right off it. 27 seconds left. He gets stuck there. He misses a stair. That is potentially costly, but he's got to keep moving. 20 seconds left. First things first, super launch took him out in Tournament 16. He gets it. 15 seconds. I don't think it's enough, but let's see if Flame can prove me wrong. 10 seconds, 6 walls. I think this is just not possible, but maybe he can pull out some miracle. 5 seconds left. 3 seconds. He's got 2 walls to go. And he times out and falls in the water at the same time. He actually timed out 1 frame before he hit the water. So this goes in as a timeout. And this is Flame's first ever timeout on any course. Flame with a very solid run. He almost got to his to the third stage for the second time today, but unfortunately Flame just had too far to climb, and he gets the first ever reverse angle replay. There you see he actually just was going too fast and just fell off the side into the water from the other side of the supermarket. Yeah, remember that one for 100 Units Big Quiz, that Flame got the first ever reverse angle replay. But still a good tournament for Flame. Hopefully he can break the curse and get back here to the second stage, maybe even the third stage in the next tournament. But now at number 36, the second runner on stage 2, it is Alpha Puma. It is hard to believe he is here. Of all the tournaments Puma could have cleared, he's cleared the hardest tournament of this era in his grand return to the second stage. And he gets a save jump here on the second beam here on the beam flipper. He gets another big save jump. He is burning a lot of time, just as we saw from Flame. Thought Flame might have burned a little bit of time, but Puma's really doing that here on the beam flipper. You want to just make sure you get through this obstacle, but Puma just took so much time there. It took him 28 seconds to beat this obstacle. You want to beat that obstacle in 20, really no more than 25. So Puma's really got to pick up the pace here. He's now onto the wall climb. He beat this in Tournament 4, but it's a lot harder than it was then. And he has taken some time to set up for these jumps, which is understandable, but unfortunately you look at the clock and it's continuing to dwindle down. But he's made no mistakes so far, so he's kind of catching up to Flame. He's up to the 8th, and he is about on par, maybe a second or two back of Flame. But as we saw, Flame timed out, so he's got to really move, and that is a bad start on the ball glider. It took him a long time to get going. Now he's rolling down. He's going to go for a wrangle here on the transfer, and he comes up short. That is a pretty ill-advised technique. He did not do that in Tournament 4, I don't think, when he beat that obstacle. But unfortunately, he did it in Tournament 18, and it has cost him to fail. But you know what? It's great to see Puma back in Stage 2. And truly a remarkable run. I don't think really a whole lot of people saw that one coming. But now we have Sonic Fan 10193. He's 1 of 5 on the stage, hoping to get back to Stage 3 like he did in Tournament 16. First things first, the beam flipper. He's got the wall climb in his sights. He gets up onto the third beam. And oh my goodness! He runs off. He's not able to get the dismount off, and Sonic Fan becomes the second ever competitor to fail the beam flipper. Flame failed it in Tournament 14, and Sonic just couldn't get the jump off to get the dismount. Sonic was trying to keep his pace up, and it's a shocker. Sonic was feeling so good about this stage, and unfortunately, he has nothing to show for it. He's failed the first obstacle. Yikes. All right, 2 competitors left in the hunt now. First is Cobra. He beat this stage in the last tournament. He got a good skip there. Cobra moving very fast here across the beam flipper. Gets up onto the third. He's going right for the dismount. Look at that. 14 seconds across the beam flipper. He doubled the pace that Puma had through that obstacle. And now he's going for the wall climb, and he is going really fast. Up this, he makes a mistake. But you know what? He's saved enough time already so far. I think he's still fine. This is really a time-sapping obstacle. It's also very difficult, obviously, as we've seen, but he's up with 100 seconds left. He is roughly 20 seconds up on Puma and Flame to this point. Super impressive stuff, but now he's just got to execute. Time should not really be too much of a factor. He'll have some opportunities to take his time here if he needs it. He got the transfer on the ball glider, which Puma could not, but now it says harder 15-degree track. Cobra rolling down, goes for the dismount, and he is onto the circle twist. 75 seconds left. That is a good amount of time. And now Cobra gonna set himself up, go for the second circle, and he's onto it. 65 seconds left. His pace is still good. Flame had about 45 seconds left going for this transfer. Cobra gets onto the third circle, the hardest jump on the obstacle. He has made it. And he's keeping it moving here around that third circle. Gets off, 50 seconds left. Going for Pandora's box. He beat it in tournament 16 and 17. And he's gonna get through it here again today. Now climbing the stairs up to the super launch. This obstacle took him out in tournament 16. He beat it last time. Will he be able to get a positive record on this obstacle? He jumped a little late, but he's able to get on the platform, and he's got 27 seconds to get through those walls. Should be more than enough time, but he is sprinting through this here. That is kind of a dangerous technique. All right, now he's cutting his sprint. He's now into the harder walls. Cobra does not want to do anything dumb here and cost himself a trip to the third stage. He got hung up on the 7th wall, but he gets around the 8th wall, and Cobra has done it again. 2 tournaments in a row. Cobra will be going to the third stage. Very solid performance. 7.87 seconds left. Doesn't seem like a whole lot of time. This is a tight time limit, and Cobra did a good mix of going fast and saving some time where he needed to, also taking his time in spots. That was just a beautifully executed run. Well done to him. And now just one man to go. It is Weapon Matt. He's got Hunter Unit here on the starting platform with him to pump him up. I'm really trying to remember. I think this might be the first time Hunter Unit has ever been in attendance for a Weapon Mat run. Yeah, I mean, if someone can think of one, please let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure this is Hunter's first time ever watching Matt run Irish Warrior. He obviously was here for stage 1, and Matt got the fastest time. So Matt hoping to, I don't know if he necessarily wants the fastest time, but he's hoping to get back to stage 3 yet again. As he's going not as fast as Cobra through the beam flipper, but he's going fast. And does not go for the skip like Sonic tried to do and failed. He got through in about 20 or 21 seconds. That is fine. And now the wall climb. He's made mistakes on this obstacle in the past, and it hasn't been super costly, but we'll see what happens here. Matt is up to the 6th. He's up to the 7th. One more to go. He gets up to the 8th. No mistakes are on the wall. That is good. 94 seconds left. He's only about 5 or 6 seconds behind Cobra's pace, so he's not going to have as much time to work with here as he goes for the transfer and he gets across. He's going to definitely have to keep moving here in the back half, but I think Matt is still looking good. He moves faster in the back half. As he's rolling down, goes to the transfer a little early, but he gets it and goes right for the second peg of the circle twist. He's got 66 seconds left. And now Matt setting himself up, going for the transfer to the second circle. He's got a minute. Working his way around. He's now at the end, going for the third circle, and he's onto it. 51 seconds left. We want to have about 45 is about the par time to get onto the Pandora's box. He will have about that, give or take. But 45 is the pace where really you just need to move fast through the last 3 obstacles. He sticks the ledge, gets the pole, gets off of it. Now climbing those stairs, getting up to the super launch. He's still got to be thinking about that fail in tournament 13. Can he get through this today? Matt lands it no problem. 21 seconds left. And yeah, 20 seconds is about the pace he usually does this in, albeit he is going really fast here. He has 3 walls to go, now 2 walls, 7 seconds on the clock. Matt coming to the final wall, and he is going to do it yet again. This man is just unreal. Matt gets to stage 3 for the 14th time. I mean, that's just unbelievable. Weapon Matt is just truly in a league of his own. On the second stage of this course, I mean, this second stage is not easy, and Matt continues to make it look like a cakewalk, tournament after tournament. But he will join Cobra into the third stage, We did see 3 fails on stage 2 today. We saw Sonic fail the beam flipper, Puma with a great tournament, unfortunately failed the ball glider, and Flame timed out on the supermarket. But now these two will have to take on the third stage. Couple of new twists that the third stage has up its sleeve today for our 2 competitors following Joey getting to the final. It all begins with the discus throw. This is where I talk about how it's Joey's favorite obstacle, but yeah, you make the big drop down, jump up, and then you're on to the precision pyramid. 7 antennas, 25 feet in distance between them. And then you're on to the third obstacle, the infinity rings. This is replacing the doorknob grasper. There are 6 rings. You have to make some very difficult jumps. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but they're very difficult semi-corner jumps that you gotta make to get around those rings. And the road to get onto the Giga Cliffhanger has never been tougher. Same as it has been in the last few tournaments. Got the big drop down to the 4th, jump up to the 5th. This first corner wrap. Both the corner wraps are not easy on this obstacle, even with them being made easier a few tournaments back. And then you have these 2 lateral jumps, then the 2 upward jumps. That second upward jump is a nightmare. Huge jump up. And the drop down, then the crazy jump across to the final corner wrap around the other direction. And then you make your way onto the platform, and you can say you've beaten the 13 ledges from hell, but you still are a long way from the tower. As the 5th obstacle is the castle wall. This obstacle's been very difficult. Took out Fireball in tournament 15, took out Matt in each of the last 2 tournaments. Then you're onto the pipe bombs. This obstacle got made harder last time. They're now capped poles. You really don't have that much room to work with. To get yourself onto the green bar of safety and attempt the new rolling stairs, the last obstacle of the third stage. Similar to the tightrope of terror from the past, except for there are now 3 drops that get progressively larger. Competitors are going to have to keep absolute control of that ball to get it in position to make that large dismount, make it onto the final platform, and get to the final stage.
Well, like I said, I haven't been jumped in a week and a half, and I'll be honest, I didn't even think I would get past the first stage. I thought I was going to go on the Dragon Glider, but for some reason I am now here on stage 3. I really think I'm probably going to fail what's behind me, but I do have a good chance of getting past it. So I'm going to try my best, and let's see what happens. If I get past it, that'll be amazing. If I don't, then oh well, at least it was an amazing tournament.
Stage 2 felt really good. It was cool, calm, collected. Really had 0 issues throughout the stage. I was in control. And I was able to avenge my boy Flame. This stage 3, it's tough, man. I failed it 4 times in a row, so that's probably gonna happen again. But I just kind of want to get my revenge on this wall. But you can never be upset with a stage 3.
All right, here we are. 2 competitors left to go. Both of them were here in the last tournament, so it's a little interesting to see if they can improve on their run just from the last tournament. First to go will be Cobra, and he had Sonic Fan there on the platform. He's got a dancing Rog there in the background with Snaz and Petrillo looking very confused, or I'm not really sure how to describe this. But either way, Cobra, hoping to build on his fail in the Giga Cliffhanger in the last tournament. He is off. 7 obstacles, no time limit. First things first, the discus throw. He's going right for that 5th one, and he landed super clean on it. Gets up to the 6th, gets off. Cobra now going right for the precision pyramid. He's getting save jumps on each one of these. Oh, he almost overjumped that 3rd pole, but he's still okay. Now he's onto the 4th. And now, time to go on down. He's going to connect these. Seems to be a popular technique. He gets through, and he will be the first competitor to take on this new challenge, the Infinity Rings. We heard him express his worry about this obstacle. He was not doing great on it in practice. Cobra definitely has this one circled. We'll see if he can figure it out. A lot of ways to do it. None of them are particularly easy. We'll see what Cobra does. Looks like he's going to try and edge himself off and gets onto the 2nd one. Each jump is the same, but none of these jumps are easy. Now, edging himself off, taking his time. This is great to see. He's onto the third circle. And now, going for the fourth. He is there. Again, you got room to work with. It's just a matter of getting yourself set up, not getting caught up in the moment. Cobra gets onto the fifth. He's got one more big jump to go and then the dismount. He's going to get through this obstacle. Cobra gets onto the sixth and gets through the infinity rings. Cobra shoots the crowd. That is a big moment for him. That's got to give him a lot of confidence. He didn't think he was going to get through that, but he has. And he is back to the obstacle that took him out last time, the Giga Cliffhanger. It was the final corner wrap that got him. So Cobra has been here before. He's beaten almost everything on this obstacle in the past. And now Cobra quickly jumping up for the third, going down for the fourth ledge. Gets a save jump. He will not do his crazy connection like he did in the last tournament. But now the first corner wrap. Cobra gets a save jump. He's good. Well done. Now he's got 2 lateral jumps. First one, he gets a huge save jump. Oh my goodness. He kind of was in a weird spot there. He kind of almost fell off the wall. That was a little strange, but he's good. A lot smoother air on the second one. A lot safer save jump. And now he gets the first upward jump. Going for the second. He gets that. Backing himself up to get himself ready to go for this downward jump. Oh, wow! Ton of lag, but he's good. And now, the jump across, crazy jump, he's good. And now he's got 1 corner wrap to go. Can Cobra get it? He jumps up, he gets a save jump, and Cobra will crouch on that ledge. I'd say he's deserved it. Cobra has joined elite company. He is through the Giga Cliffhanger. Not that many people can say that. We would include Cobra's audio here, but he truly could not believe it, and he was kind of cussing up a storm, and I really can't blame him. He was excited at this point, and I don't blame him. Again, to think that he had not beaten Stage 1 until Tournament 16, and here he is in Tournament 18, and he is just 3 obstacles away from the final stage. Cobra now has to deal with the castle wall. This obstacle is insanely difficult. How will he play it? He's going to take his time here, set himself up here on this first peg to jump up to the second. He jumps way too far out! Cobra. That is a bit of an anticlimax. Cobra fails the first jump. Well, technically, he didn't fail to mount onto it, so that would be the first jump. But the first upward jump on the castle wall, he did a great job on the new obstacle. He didn't get to see anyone go on this before him. He just handled it beautifully. And then this here on the Giga Cliffhanger. He made the jump that took him out last time. He had every right to be happy about it, but then here on the castle wall, it's almost like he tried to do his wall climb technique, and you know, the thing is that the wall climb, the jumps are now a lot farther apart. This castle wall is a lot more focused on upward jumps. You got to jump really high instead of out, and Cobra just was not able to adjust his technique, but I hope it's something that he can fix and figure out. And hopefully Cobra can make a run at the final next time. It's still a great tournament for him. Now, 1 man to go. Weapon Matt here for the 14th time. It's hard to believe that there are only 4 tournaments in this course's history where Matt was not standing there at the start line of the 3rd stage. And, you know, this just feels right. We're so used to this, Matt being the last hope, the last chance of seeing someone get to the final today. First things first, discus throw. Save jump, he's good. Now, upward jump. And he gets through. Interesting. He's kind of doing some bobbleheading. Matt has dealt with lag in the past and like frame issues, so I think he's trying to do that to counteract that, but we'll see if it affects him here on the Precision Pyramid. An obstacle he has never failed. This is his 14th time taking on this obstacle. Only got changed in Tournament 5, and it's been the same as it has. It's been the same ever since. As I stumble over my words, Matt will get his spin, and now he will prepare himself for something that he will take on for his first time, the Infinity Rings. Matt will go pretty much right into it. See if he's gonna do some springs. He's gonna get that jump to the second, go for the third, and he's off! Matt is out on the Infinity Rings, and that ends the tournament. That is a huge disappointment. This is Matt's first time ever failing stage 3 before the cliffhanger. Matt was going to try and get these springs from circle to circle, but on the third one he jumped too far inside and he clips the edge between the second and the third ring, third circle, whatever you want to call them. They're really the same thing, it doesn't really matter. But unfortunately, Matt was just not able to judge his art correctly. You almost wonder if he would have took his time a little bit more, Matt would have been able to set up for that jump and make it. Still a great tournament for Matt to get back to stage 3, but he's got to feel a little bit dejected with that run. 50 competitors arrived today, and unfortunately none of them could get to the final stage. But big shout out to Matt and Cobra, and especially to Cobra on his first ever first place finish on this course. The question is, who's going to be able to push their way and get to the final stage and maybe even achieve total victory in Tournament 19? We will find out here soon enough. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on Irish Warrior.